Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Here in Edinburgh at the moment, it's quite cold. I think we're still in the negatives, and it's full-blown winter. We've had snow, and it's been quite interesting. But we're here today to open up another beautiful Magic the Gathering product, and today it's the Dominaria Remastered Draft Booster box. So basically this set is quite interesting. It's one of those master sets. It's not one of the main releases that is part of the standard blocks, and it's keeping in theme with the whole Dominaria theme of the past year, the started past year. And in fact, there are cards in this set that come from 27 sets that were based off in Dominaria in the lore itself. Now, the sets span from a very varied range. I will tell you what the list is just now, but I can tell you that this is going to be a blast from the past for me because some of these sets I actually played. I started playing in 1994, so yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see some of these cards. I've already done a draft event at my local store. Shout out to Mox in a Hole, who have been very, very kind enough to host that event. And yeah, if you're in Edinburgh, Mox in the Hole, that's the place to be. Anyway, so these the cards in this set come from Alpha, Antiquities, Legends, The Dark, Fallen Empires, Ice Age, Alliances, Cold Snap, Mirage, Visions, the Urza's Block, and Prophecy, Invasion, Plane Shift, Apocalypse, Odyssey, Torment, Judgment, Onslaught, Legions, Scourge, Time Spiral, Planar Chaos, Future Sight, and Dominaria. And there are also, of course, 3 cards from the original Modern Horizon set itself. So, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting one. Now, the set itself contains 261 unique cards. That's about 101 commons, 80 uncommons, and 60 rares, and 20 mythics. And then the remainder of the cards, because there are 457, are basically other versions of the cards, be it the alternate art or the extended art or the retro frame. So yeah, so here we are. Now, looking at the contents of the booster pack, I'm quite interested because this is the first kind of master set that I get to open in a while. But anyway, the draft boosters will have 9 to 10 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare or mythic rare, 1 retro frame card of any rarity, so you can get retro frame cards in here. Now, a rare or higher, so a mythic, replaces a non-retro rare or higher in about 25% of the booster packs. So a quarter of these booster packs are going to be like have a retro rare or mythic. And a traditional foil retro frame mythic is about less than 1% in one of these boosters. So let's say traditional foil border would be, the retro frame border, the Force of Will foil. It's in less than 1% of the boosters, but it's still nice so you can get a chance and open these. Still, it's quite nice to be able to do that. And then you also have retro frame basic lands in every booster, and the token and add card. Now you get basically a traditional foil card of any rarity that it replaces a common 33% of the packs. And these can be either retro or normal frame. And also, you can get a retro frame common, uncommon, rare, mythic rare in every draft booster. Now, if the rare mythic rare is retro frame, the common or uncommon is not going to be retro frame. So basically, all that jargon just to figure out what the hell you can get in here and what percentages, as usual, because it's so, well, complicated, right? But we'll try to make it easy for you. So Scotty and I today will be opening these wonderful booster boxes. Thank you very much, Scotty, for the intro. And yeah, so let's have a look at the booster box itself. You can see here, Dominaria, the birthplace of magic, comes alive once more. And to battle, uncover a trove of nostalgic reprints spanning 27 different sets throughout the planes of history, and do battle with the legends of yore. Okay, yore, wow. With a special retro frame card guaranteed in every pack, the past has never been this much a present. Haha, very funny. So this is made in Belgium, which is really good because the likelihood of them being pringled is going to be very low. You get the 30th anniversary part of like illustration on the side of the box. I actually really like it because it brings back memory. And yeah, that's about it. So there are 36 yep, boosters in this one, and booster packs. And so let's get to cracking. Let me go get some scissors because I don't have any nails. Yay. We're back. You'd reckon that by now I'd remember to bring scissors, but that's the thing that I always forget to bring. Anyway, let's open it up. I'm just making sure that we're recording and all that. Yep. So I hope you had a great New Year's Eve. We just launched our latest video that's about, the Fireside Chat from Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast. And we've delved a little bit deeper onto the issues that can arise from it and the future of Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. So if you're interested in a lengthy analysis that will give us an idea of what the future holds for our franchises, I would advise you to look at that because we went out of our way to analyze every point and everything inside of it. Anyway, without further ado, let's see what it looks like. Oh, the Lava Monster. Oh, that's so cool. Dominaria Remastered Draft Archetypes. All right, so, yep. In case you were wondering, these are the archetypes that you can freeze frame if you like it. In case you're drafting or running a sealed event. That's really beautiful, actually. I like the full art. Just here. That's just a piece of paper anyway, but it's nice. All right, let's get out the 36 booster packs. Now, of course, this set has some classics. You have all the tutors. You have the Force of Will. You have, Sylvan Library. You have Entomb. You have a lot of old mechanics. And funny enough, for me, the most exciting part of all this will be seeing they reprinted commons, uncommons, and rares from older sets because realistically, by now I've opened quite a bit of the previous ones. But I think it's cool for people who've never, opened alliances or some of the older set to get a chance of getting these cards. And it's pretty interesting to draft with them. I will tell you this, because the tempo is so different. The cards are very different. It's not set up to be a set that's very quick or overall designed only for draft. Anyway, let's get started with our first one. And by the way, it's only Sarah's Angel, I think. Yep, it looks like it. Only Sarah's Angel is on top here. So here we go. Okay, some of the classics. Pacifism from 7th edition. Jalum Tomb. Mugwort Marshal. Oh, that's nice. Renewed Faith. Leaden Fist, which is a good interaction. Street Wraith. Yes, very nice. Aromancer. Sukata Lancer. Oh, wow. Stonewood Invoker. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Nature's Lore. That's our first uncommon. Slice and Dice. Wow. Slice and Dice deals 4 damage to each creature. You can cycle it. And when you cycle it, you may have it deal 1 damage to each creature. That's very nice. Dread Return. And our first rare is Absorb. That is a classic. That is from... that's Invasion. That was brought first printed. And... okay, this is our retro frame, the common Mogwai Marshal. And the land and the token. Okay, so we'll keep the retro frames here somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah. That's very nice because you can see definitely a lot of these cards. Like if you've opened them before, it's a blast from the past. Like I remember this one, Sokal, Leaden Fist, Mogwai Marshal, Tone, Pacifism, and this is a blast from the past for a lot of users and consumers that have opened these before. But if you haven't, this is your chance. Now, of course, these are expensive products. Being it a master, because WotC knows that there's a secondary market and these cards have value. They've pumped the prices, so realistically, draft booster like this one is going to cost you, £200 less if you're buying it on an LGS. Mox in the Hole in Edinburgh is really good for that. But yeah, it's a really expensive, where the collector booster, I've seen it run almost at £300. So if you're buying one of each, you're looking at £500 on average. So yeah, it's very expensive. All right, Ornithopter, very nice. Again, another Mogwai Marshal. Battlefield Scrounger. I think this is from Judgment. Let me check. Yep, that's for Judgment. Hey, my memory serves me correct. I'm not gonna do it at every time. Oh, that's really cool. This is High Tide. Oh, that's just so nice. It's an instant, and this is the alternate art of the High Tide, which gives you until the end of the turn, whenever a player taps an island for mana, that player adds an additional 1 blue mana. And yeah, this is really beautiful. You can see the illustration as well. It's really, really nice. And yeah, this is very, very nice. That's so beautiful. I remember hoping these. The High Tides, they came in... No, it was Fallen Empire. Sorry, never mind. Fallen Empires. It wasn't Homelands. And you had 3 or 4 versions of this. Yeah, it was 4 versions of... No, three versions, basically, of the illustration. And I remember trying to get all 3 of them. It was quite a popular card, and it was a very good card. So it's quite a classic. Okay, we'll continue with Sunclasp. Oh, and that's an uncommon, by the way. Sunclasp, Goblin Medics, Wild Growth. That's a classic. Veil Serpent. Alright. Wretched Anerid. Oh my god, I remember opening these cards. Momentary Blink. This is a decent, if you're running Blink deck, which is white-blue, it's good for draft. Thran Golem. That's our first uncommon. Zombie Infestation. Yay. Discard 2 cards, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Enchantment. Oh, wow. Now that is beautiful. That's a gamble. This is nice. This is, well, you could call it the tutor, the red tutor, if you want to call it that. And it's really interesting as a... as an interaction, because what you can get out of it, right? You could get the really nice card that you want because you search your library for a card, then you put in your hand and discard a card at random, and then shuffle the deck, right? So it's quite funny because you can end up having, your card discarded. But anyway, it's cute, it's interesting, and it's around, I think this is around, I'll try and put the value of some of these cards on the screen if I can. So it's just quite a decent card with this art. It's really beautiful. Okay, Juggernaut. This is our retro frame. That's a classic. And that's a retro frame. Then the Forest. And I must say it's also nice to see the lands
It's a blast from the past again. Very, very nice to see the lens as well. Okay, Goblin Matron. Well, this is a classic. We've seen it reprinted time and time again. Fadia Seer. Yeah, this is really good actually. On draft anyway. Draw card, reveal it. If it is a land card, discard it. It's really good because there are a lot of threshold cycle interactions, so this is quite good. Mind Stone. That's very much a classic and quite useful. Renewed Faith. Skirk, Prospector, Goblin, Giant Spider, because no set in Magic the Gathering would be complete without a spider of some sort, especially one based in Dominaria. Impulse, and Fascinating Goblin, I remember these ones. I think it was Torment, I'm not sure. Radiant Judgment, yes, it's a beautiful card, and a good cycling. Suquata Lancer, once more. Oh, the Sawtooth Loon. This was Plane Shift, if I'm not mistaken, and that was the interaction of Blink. This is a really good card, and you can run either of the text. I'll read it for you, but you can run either of the abilities on whatever order you choose. So for 2 generic, 1 plains and 1 island, it's flying 2/2, and when it enters the battlefield, return a white or blue creature you control to its owner's hand. And when it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards and put 2 cards from your hand to the bottom of your library. So you can actually bounce him back, because you can choose to do this one first and then bounce him back and play him again. So it's really, really nice. Oh, Valdek, Keeper of the Flame. The guy looks very, very grumpy. I think he didn't have his morning coffee yet. Undead Gladiator, not a bad card for draft. And a rare, Body Snatcher, an old frame. This is really nice. It's 2 generic, 2 black. When Body Snatcher enters the battlefield, exile it unless you discard a creature card. And when it dies, exile it and return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. This is in theme with the Reanimator decks that were running back at the time. The Rock Reanimator was one thing with the Spiritmonger. And it's pretty decent. It's a 2/2. It's one to enable your Reanimator effect. Then we have the island, and then we have the token. It's quite a beautiful island too. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Okay, let's continue onward. Okay, Solar Blast. Oh, that's a nice card. Slippery Cars. All right, they brought back the cycling lands. Forgot to say that. I'll put it here. Quite useful in draft. Oh, Penumbra Bobcat. Also a very useful card for drafting. Break Asunder. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Counterspell. This is a classic. Kind of sad that it didn't bring the old illustration, the original one. I think it was from Pool. But yeah, I think that one is for the box stopper, actually. We didn't get the box stoppers because the shop didn't get any on time due to some delays here in the UK. But yeah. Anyway, Dicescape Familiar. That's very nice. Remedy. Subterranean Scout. Yes. Rada Hair over to Keld. Now this is a very good card if you can play it. It can ramp you up really cool. Now some of these cards have been placed like they used to be rares and then were transformed just for this specific set into uncommon. Rare. Rada used to be a rare. And her set was Planar Chaos, her original set, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it was Planar Chaos. So this is this is interesting. It's cool. Like the Spiritmonger as well was transformed into an uncommon. It's really good card. So if you manage to get a few, you got something going on. Spectral Links, that's another card that used to be rare. Got bumped down into uncommon for drafting purposes, I think. Squirrel Lance, of course, squirrels. There are quite a few, like I think 2 or maybe 3 squirrel cards I think at least two. It's this and the squirrel guy who creates squirrel tokens after threshold, but or powers them up. I don't remember, but it's really cool. Oh, Zord the Enchanter, sorry. Yeah, well, this is a classic, Commander staple, and also just a overall classic from the lore. This is normal bordered, and yeah, Wild Growth, all bordered, which is beautiful. Ooh, Chain Lightning foil. That's nice. That's our first foil. And then you have a Plains and a Cat token. That is cool. Look at those eyes. That's not a house kitty cat, that's for sure. All right, let's go on. We're running already at 21 minutes. I know we're kind of slow with these things, but we really like to take our time and absorb the product, look at it, you know, discuss things. These are not the kind of openings where we're trying to see, oh my God, how much money we can get out of a booster box. It's more to understand the product and to see what we can get out of it, talk about some of the, you know, reminisce about some of the history of these cards. And yeah, it's very nice. And it's right up my alley usually because I stopped playing for a huge chunk, which were the newer sets. And yeah, these are right up my alley. Anyway, Dragon Engine, classic. Juggernaut. Oh yes, the Cruiser Restorer. Chain Lightning. Yeah, we got a foil of you. The Sandstorm. That's really nice. Okay, Frantic Search. Of course, this is a very good one. I really like these effects. If I'm not mistaken, this was in the Urza's block. You have these effects. There are the fairies as well. You just play it and then untap 3 lands or whatever costs that, and then it's really, really good if you can get one of these in draft. Phyrexian Ghoul, also very good to enable yourself for threshold or threshold or for reanimation. Spirit Link, Ridgetop Raptor, Flametongue Kavu is our first uncommon of the pack. Phyrexian Scuda, yes, this is creepy as fudge, and Trevor's Ruins. Oh, the layers. And the layers, this is the mana fixing, I guess, if you call it, but it's not bad. Basically, it enters the battlefield, you sacrifice it, discard, unless you return to your hand normal land you control, or a non-layer land, I should say. But it's good because it comes on and play on tap, so it's not bad. Put in the land. Oh, Spiral Embrace is our rare. So for 3 generic, 2 blue, 1 black, you can cast a spell only during combat. Untap target creature you do not control and gain control of it. It gains haste until the end of the turn. At the beginning of your next step, sacrifice it. If you do, you gain life equal to its toughness. Now, this is basically all of the, I take control of your card and then it dies and I get benefit out of it all in one card. It's fairly expensive to play, but in control, it's fairly decent. So this is the normal bordered. Ooh, Wild Dogs. Not my favorite, but it has cycling. So I guess if you need a cycling card, that's one to get. And again, back in the day, having a 2-1 for 1, like the Savannah Lions, it wasn't so easy. They didn't do so many of these cards, and usually they tended to have a lot of drawbacks. Okay, and that was normal. And the Mountain, and the Goblin token. This is a zombie goblin, if I've ever seen one. Or, I mean, he doesn't look too good anyway. Sorry for him. All right, let's go on to the next pack. All right, so Drifting Meadow. I'm going to try and go a bit quicker now. This is a cycling land at Avon Fisher, also very good. Ooh, Remote Isle, not a cycling land. Oh, Mana War makes its way back. Really good for draft. Elvish Aberration, very decent. Laden Fist, Goblin Turncoat, that's a decent card. White Mane Lion, Amber Beast, Gerard's Verdict is our first uncommon. Target player discards 2 cards. You gain 3 life for each line card discarded this way. It's blue-black, not bad. It's a sorcery though. Mishra's Factory. Now this is very nice. Uncommon, and yes, these cards have made a return. These are the multicolored cast either or cards, and they are there for each of the archetypes or color combinations. You have Wax and Wane, and usually they're like death and life and stuff like that. They're opposites to each other. It's quite interesting. You can only cast one of these, and then, you know, that's it. You can't choose to cast one and then next turn cast the rest. And our rare, oh, that's our, oh my god, Sarah's Avatar. Oh, that's really beautiful. Sarah's Avatar, it costs 7, so it is definitely not the cheapest kind of card. So it's 4 generic and 3 white. Creature Avatar, Sarah's Avatar, power and toughness are equal to your life's total, which, you know, it can be good, can be bad. When it is put into your graveyard from anywhere, you shuffle it back into your library or into its owner's library. So this is a very interesting card. I mean, this is a classic. It was an Urza Saga card. It had a very different illustration back then, but it was a very nice card. I guess if you get it in draft, it could be decent, but by the time you can cast this, it's kind of not as strong, and it doesn't have any like flying, lifelink, or anything like that, but still decent blast from the past. And that's our first mythic that I've seen, so that's cool. Ooh, Fire Blast, Old Border, that's very nice. For 4 and 2 red, you may sacrifice 2 mountains rather than play the spell mana cost, and it deals 4 damage to any target. Not bad. And then you have a forest, and oh, sheep token. Look at that. That's so cute. That is so cute. All right, that's pretty cool. All right. Let's go on to the next one. All right, Smoldering Crater. I think we've seen everything of the cycling lands except for the swamp one, the black one. Warburg Upraising, not a bad card. Primal Boost. When I say that, I mean for draft. Misty Zealot, I actually ran this in my draft deck. It was really good. Emerald Charm, nice. Oh, Aquamoeba, classic. Twisted Experiment, now this is creepy. Look at that. Reminds you of Hellraiser. Alright. Aromancer, classic. Grave Shot, okay, that's Storm right there. That's one of the archetypes you can play here. Again, another Invoker. Oh, yes! Now that's the Spiritmonger. Now, you need to understand that when it was first released, the Spiritmonger was not easy to come by. And I think it was at the time that Rock first came to be that the Spiritmonger became, like, was released. It was released in Apocalypse. And, oh my god, it was really sought after. And it was a really good card. I mean, it still you know, you can still look at it and it still holds up to this day, right? Because it's a 5 cost, right? And with a 3 generic and a black and a green, and it's a 6/6 that you can regenerate, which at the time basically it meant that if it died, you can bring it back tapped into the battlefield. And it became of any color of any of your choice at the end of the turn, and then whenever it dealt damage to a creature, you put a +1/+1 counter on this thing, so it never really died, and it's insane. So this is a good card. Love to see it, happy to see it back, and I'm hoping to just draft it eventually, but it's really good. Dragon Whelp, of course, classic. Deadwood Tree Folk, that's a nice I love the illustration. And next, ooh, Nantuko Shade, Old Bordered. Now that is cute. Remember that. I think it was Judgment or Torment, this one, and don't quote me on that, but it was really interesting. And yeah, for 2 black, 2/1, and it gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Decent card, definitely. And then you have a Plains and an Elephant token. Oh, this elephant looks pissed off. Right, Lightning Leaf Rexes. That's really nice. And our Deep Analysis. Werebear, that's another classic that I used to play with, and still pretty good if you draft it. Oh, there they are, the Cloud Fairies. Cloud of Fairies is one of my favorite cards. Back when This Block was released as a common, it was really nice, and it still is pretty good. I mean, it costs you 2, but you untap it. Untap 2 lands, and you can cycle it, and it flies. It's perfect, and it's a beautiful, beautiful art. From Melissa Benson, which did the original Shivan Dragon and many others. But yeah, this is just beautiful. Just a beautiful card. I hope I get a full playset of these. I wouldn't mind having them just for keep's sake. Cackling Fiend, very good for draft. You can bounce it back or bring it back somehow. Cleric, Forward Order, also decent. Same thing for Blink. Jalim Tome, Skirk Prospector, seen it. Oh, Factor Fiction. This is another This Block card. Reveal the top, for 3 generic, 1 blue, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. You put 1 pile into your hand, the other in the graveyard. Really, really fun card when it was introduced, and it's a classic. People know Factor Fiction, but still, it's a very beautiful card to see being brought back. Wall of Junk, because wolves are back, of course. They're part of Dominaria. There's a really interesting one, the blue, which is the Floodgate. I hope we get that one, and we'll love to make to show it to you. Nantucket Monastery. All right, very nice card. You tap 1 to add 1 colorless, and with Threshold, you create, with a green and a white, you create, this becomes a 4/4 green and white insect monk creature with first strike until the end of the turn, still land, activate only if 7 more cards, because that's Threshold. So yeah, this is a very good card for draft. Let's see what we get. Oh, of course, Wrath of God. I mean, this is a classic, right? You can see the quality assurance from Magic the Gathering is always the same, but yep. Wrath of God, this is a classic, old border. Whoops, sorry. Swords to Plowshares. Now, this is nice, and it's the old border one. This is cool. Classic, really beautiful, and I'm happy to get an old border. Oh, Valdek. That's our foil, second foil. And it's also red, just like the first one. And then you have a forest. Oh, that's beautiful. I remember those forests. And a bird token. Yay. So far, we've only gotten 2 all boarded. Alternate boarded, and only 1 mythic. But let's see if we can get some more. We're almost down to the last part of our first third of the boosters. Phyrexian Rager. That's really, really nice, and they tried to reprint the Phyrexian Rager just now in Brothers War. Kind of, not really. Pretty good. Moraine, the Terminal Moraine, that's a decent card. The Gargoyle, yes. Evil Eye of Orms by Gore. Yeah. Wow. Brings back memories. It is a creepy card. Look at that. Look at that eye. That is so freaking creepy. So freaking creepy. George Pratt. Yep. Okay, Cover Primarch. This is a very decent card if you get it in mid-range. Impulse. Again, classic. Howl from Beyond. Yes. This is a classic card, like if I've ever seen one. Momentary Blink, yet again. Goblin Medics. Oh, that's new. Don't remember. I have not really played Goblins in a long time. I really like the animation. The illustration. Whenever Goblin Medics becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to any target. Oh, this is really nice. This is there's an interaction with an enchantment aura that you can tap it, deals 1 damage. And so it's a blue one, and if you tap this as well, it also deals another damage, and then you can untap it with I don't remember what the creature is. Maybe we'll see it, and then you just go off, boom, laser. Okay, Call of the Herd. That's really nice. I think this was rare as well. It's costs 3, 2 generic, 1 green. You create a 3/3 elephant, and then you can threshold it back for just one more generic of this cost. And yeah, it was a really nice card back then. I don't remember if it was part of the original rock, but yeah, it was printed first in Odyssey with the same illustration. And then even Fate Shaper, very expensive card, but fairly decent in draft as a top. Catacombs, the Corrosive Catacombs is a layer, and Crawl Space. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, no more than 2 creatures can attack you each combat. This is so cool. Like I didn't even have to read the text. I already did it. This never happens for me in these kind of things. So it's really nice. It's a nice artifact. It's 3 generic. It's really decent. If you're playing control and you get this, it's not bad actually. Oh, Impulse with the old border. That's nice. It looks beautiful. And then an island, a Stormy Island, and Kitty Cat. Okay, almost down to. We'll have 2 more of the first part. Okay. Oh, Phantom Flock from Judgment. That's really decent. To Flicker. Cole Stoker. Oh, that's cool. Peregrine Drake. Yep, this is another one of the lands that you tap to cast it. Low. Oh, that's cool. Prevent all damage to be dealt this turn. And you cycle it. Not bad. It's a twofer. Aquamoeba, yes again. Festered Goblin, yes. And White Mane Lion, again, yes. Empty the Warrens, so you create 2 Goblin tokens and you storm it. Icy Manipulator, I mean, this is a classic. It's very good. Oh, that's our first uncommon, sorry. Dark Withering, wow, this is 6 cost for 4 generic and 2 black. Destroy target non-black creature, but if you get to sack it, to discard it, you can cast it for 1 as an instant. It's really good, but you have to do that. I mean, you can top deck it and at the end and just play it out for the cost. It's still good, but you don't want this in your first 2 turns or 3 turns or 4 turns and not have any way to discard it. Crop Rotation makes its way back. Really beautiful card for Legacy and also for Commander. I don't know if it's played in anything else, but it's a very classic card, and it was part of the Ordos block, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was Legacy. And then this is it's a decent uncommon to have. Overmaster, 1 red, and it's a sorcery. The next instant sorcery spell you cast this turn cannot be countered. Draw a card. I mean, twofer, really good. Like they managed to find like cards that did more than one thing in old sets, which wasn't super easy, I would reckon. Fadaya Seer in old border, that's beautiful. Okay, Terror, foil, of course, another classic. Mountain, and then zombie token. That's really cool. Look at that. Really love the illustrations in these tokens. They're really cool. So I guess it'd be nice to see at least one of the tutors, and a Force of Will and Orza. I'm not expecting to see any of that. Somebody's at the door. Be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. There was somebody at the door. Phyrexian Debaser is our first common. Interesting. Icor Slick. Yay. Horseshoe Crab. This is the card I was talking about. With 2 generic, 1 blue, 1/3 that you can untap it. So you can attach the anything that tap deal damage to this, and you just untap it and it goes pew 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 pew. Terror. Yes, classic. Cetone's Desire, or Cetone's Desire. I think this was Judgment. Frantic Search. Urberg Siphon Mage. Yay. Discard a card. Each other player loses 2 life. You gain life equal to life lost this way. Not a bad card for 3 in draft. Worm's Thunder with a kicker. And it deals damage and also destroys an enchantment. Oh, Grape Shot. Spider again. Yes. Oh, Dragon Blood. This is a classic. It's actually not bad for draft. Confiscate. Now, this is a great card. This is, I think, the 7th edition. illustration of the confiscate, and it won me a game. I top decked this twice, and it won me games of draft. So this is really, really overpowered at draft. I know it's huge cost, but get it if you're playing these colors, yeah? Dodecapod. Now this is one that I do not remember. Give me a second. It was in Apocalypse. Oh, and it was the same illustration. I just don't remember it. That's so strange. I did open Apocalypse. I just don't remember the card. It's interesting though. Yeah, it's 4 uncommon. Four generic, 3/3. It is an uncommon. If a spell or ability your opponent controls causes you to discard it, put it onto the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it instead of putting it into your graveyard. Not bad, but again, in draft you wouldn't play it because you usually discard yourself, not the other way around. You can sideboard it if you're playing against control, I guess. Ooh, Oversoul Cemetery. Now this is a very cool card, and it's in the old bordered. Oh, and this is so nice. This is an enchantment with 1 generic, 1 black. You, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 4 or more creatures cards in your graveyard, you may return target creature card from graveyard to the hand. Really, really good. I actually lost to a control deck, and this was their key card that I didn't manage to counterspell, and it just kicked my butt. So this is really cool, and all bordered as well. And then we get a forest and an insect. Wow, that's very creepy. All right, so last of the first third. Okay, so far pretty nice blast down memory lane. Value wise, I don't think we're hitting anything great so far, but it's more. Oh, oops, shoot. I guess, well, there's an alternate art. So it should be in a fourth of the cards, so of the boosters that you get an alternate art. So let's hope that we get a bit more. So let's see. Nomad Decoy, sorry. Decent card with Threshold. Warmfang Drake, yes, very decent. For again, draft decent. Primal Boost. Flametime Cabo. Beautiful illustration of a classic. That's really nice. Uncommon. Veil Serpent, once more. Wretched Anorid. Radiance Judgment. Undying Rage. Oh, this is nice. We haven't seen this one. It's an enchantment aura. It gets +2/+2 to the creature, but it can't block. And whenever it's put into the graveyard, the enchantment, you return it to the owner's hand. Emerald Charm. We've seen this one. Oh, there it is. Pain and Suffering. Yep, that's me after a night of eating really spicy, chili stuff in the morning afterwards. Yep, a lot of pain and suffering. Target player discards a card or destroy target land. Not bad at all. Necrosavant. Not bad. I'm trying to see if we're in frame. Helm of Awakening. Now this is a classic. Spells cost 1 less generic to cast, and it costs 2 generic to cast this one. That's not bad. Frantic Search, all bordered. That's very nice. Chain Lightning, all bordered, and foil. No, that's beautiful. And Plains, and then useless placeholder. Yay. Okay, down. Now we're starting our second third of the boosters. Let's hope we get a bit more of the old, the alternate art, which is going to be really nice. Penumbra Bobcat, Drifting Meadow. Again, we still haven't seen the swamp of these, or the black one of these. Soul Blast, Cloud of Fairies, beautiful card. Oh my god. I know the card, I just can never say it. Hylopterus? Lemure. Really cool card. It actually looked completely different. I think this was an Ice Age card. It looked completely different. But yeah, it was a classic. Vigilant Sentry, really good for Threshold. Spark Spray, really nice card. Well Growth, yay, of course, a classic. Snap, that's another classic. You return target creature to its owner's hand, untap up to 2 lands. It's a bounce that untaps you the lands. It's really, really good. Ooh. Another one of the I don't remember what you call these, but they're really good. Order of Chaos, exile target attacking creature or creatures can't block this turn. Really good card. The Ovinomancer from Visions. This is a crazy, crazy card. With 2 generic, 1 blue, whenever it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you return 3 basic lands you control to their owner's hands, right? And then you tap it, return him to its owner's hand, destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. That creature controller creates a green sheep token. Yeah, at the time, it was really expensive to do so many things, as you can see. Improvised armor, not a bad aura. Oh, Royal Assassin. I think this is, was it 7th edition or 5th edition? Do you remember which one introduced this illustration? It's really nice. 1 generic and 2 black. You tap it to destroy a tap creature. This is a classic 1/1. And this is the new frame. Duress with an old frame, not bad. And then we get a plains and an instant token, which we've seen before. So yeah, so far these, I don't know, these cards are really, really awesome to open because it's the best from the past, but we didn't hit any of the big hitters so far, and we only won 1 mythic. It's kind of sad. Well, maybe we'll make up for it. Again, we're not doing it for the value. It's just I wanted to see a bit more of the nicer cards. You have 20 mythics in a set. It'd be nice to see a couple more. Anyway, Dragon Engine is our first common. The Juggernaut. This is the normal border one. Oh, there you go. Polluted Mire. Cycling, finally. Mindstone. Goblin Turncoat, Cleric of the Forward Order, Avarex, 3 generic, 2 red, 3/3 haste. Whenever it enters battlefield, you may search your library for another card named Avarex, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle it. And with 1 generic and 1 red, it gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn. Not a bad card for draft if you get a couple. Wild Dogs. Oh, Venice goes hand in hand with the Ovinomancer. Until the end of the turn, take a creature, lose all abilities, and has base power, toughness 0/1. It becomes a sheep. Yay! That's pretty cool. Instant. Ooh, the Gamekeeper makes its return. Now, the Gamekeeper was part of the Urza's block. I don't remember if it was Destiny or Legacy, but it's a really good card. It's a 2/2. That costs 3 generic and 1 green, and whenever it dies, you may exile it. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card, put that card onto the battlefield, and put all other cards revealed this way into your graveyard. So it goes really well with a Reanimator deck with big creatures, like with the Spiritmonger. Oh, Faceless Butcher. I think this was Torment. Very nice card. 2 generic, 2 black, 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, is that another target creature, and when it leaves the battlefield, return an exiled creature under its owner's control. Yes, it's a prison. And Milliken, which allows to mill cards. It allows you to add 1 generic. Really decent. I love the illustration in this. It reminds me a little bit of Pinocchio. And a rare Body Snatcher with the new border, which we've opened before. Goblin Matron with an old board, then a classic island, and a bird is the word. Okay, let's go. Okay, Smoldering Crater. That's really nice. Goblin Matron. Whoopsie. I was starting to rack up quite a bit of commons, so I'm going to move them a little bit out of the way and create a new pile. Ornithopter. Wormfang Drake. Yep. Twisted Experiment. Spirit Link, Ridgetop Raptor, Sandstorm, Obsessive Search. This is another good one, I think, as well. This was Torment. Draw a card, Madness. It costs the same, so if you discard it, that's really good. High Tide. Now this is, we have the extended art or, alternate art there. And this is the new art of High Tide. Really good and common. Congregate. For 3 colorless and 1 white, target player gains 2 life for each creature on the battlefield. Not bad, but there are better. Oh, yep. The zombie enchantment, of course. Drownless Crusade, really good. And another Wrath of God. This one is old bordered, without the holo stamp. And let's see, the Maystale Hystrodon. Hystrodon foil. And then Swamp. Oh, that's a really nice Swamp. And oh, not a Kitty Cat token, but this is different. That's nice. And so far we've hit 2 Wrath of God. I would rather hit 2 Force of Wills, but right? Right. Anyway, Cross and Restore. Oh, Mana War, yet again. Beautiful card. Slippery Cross, Chain Lightning, Landscape Familiar, Remedy, Amber Beast, yes. Symbiotic Beast, this is a Beastie Beast. Hermetic Static, this is a tap enchanted creature to deal 1 damage to any target. That's one of the interactions that you can do that I was talking about. Oh, Miss Enchantress, which was it wasn't Plane Shift, it was Planar Chaos, I think. Rare. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you may draw a card and with 1 generic and 2 whites, and it was a 0/2. Jump on Incinerator, and oh, another one of the layers, not bad. And boom, Forgotten Ancient. For 3 generic, 1 green, whenever a player casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Forgotten Ancient. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may have any number of +1/+1 counters from an ancient go onto other creatures. So this is a very, very good card for draft. If you get it, you definitely want to build around if you can. This is the, whoop, I have a hair here. Yep, there you go. On the new bordered, oh, Necrosavant, yay! With the, oof, oh my god, cat hairs, you know. All bordered with the cemetery interaction, graveyard interaction, sorry, really cool. And then a plains and a goblin. Very nice. Let's see, what do we have here more? Okay, Remote Isle. Peregrine Drake, yep. Terminal Moraine, the Duress. Oh, the Savannah Lions. There you go. There they are. Classic. Maystale Hystrodon. Elvish Aberration again. Yep. Oh, this is a new one. Glimmin Invoker. I think it's Torment or somewhere around Plane Shift. Anyways, it's 4 generic, 1 white, 1 blue, and then it's a 3/3 with 7 generic and 1 blue. It gets +3/+3 and fly until the end of the turn. Not a bad card to have in the later game in draft, but there are better if you can get it. Phyrexian Ghoul, nope, not there. Phyrexian Ghoul, yes. Flash Reaver, interesting one, which whenever it deals damage to a creature or opponent, it deals damage also to you. It's 4/4/4/2, not bad, but still, it's a, oh, there it is. Ah, the Foggate, yay! This is a very, very fun card. It reads as such. So you have 3 generic and 1 blue, and it's a wall, right? So it's a defender. It can't attack. And it's a 0/5. Now, when it has flying, you must sacrifice it. And when it leaves the battlefield, it deals damage to each non-blue creature without flying equal to the number of islands you control. Half the number of islands you control, rounded down. So this is quite a weird card. And trying to find out where it was. I think it was Mirage. This was printed in Mirage. Crazy sets. All right, Risk Grove. Yep, another Grove layer. Worldly Tutor. Hey, there you go. And we finally got one of the tutors. This one allows us to search the library for a creature card, reveal it, put it on top, and shuffle the deck and pull it on top. That's a really nice card. And 2, that's the old bordered Street Wraith. And then we get another classic island. This is really beautiful. And then a useless place order. Yay! At least we got one of the tutors. I managed to get my mystical tutor, I think it's in English, signed by O'Connor just last year, so I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, I'm hoping to get the vampiric one, and I don't really know what else I would need because the worldly tutor is good enough. Anyway, Vigilant Sentry. Empty the Warrants, Symbiotic Beast, Hermetic Study yet again, All From Beyond, classic, Voice of All with 2 generic and 2 white, flying. On Voice of All enters the battlefield, you choose a color and it has protection from that chosen color. 2/2 white, very good, very good, very good for draft. Oh, Tiana's Ship's Caretaker. This is the Weatherlight ship. Part of, you know, the whole Tempest and Weatherlight block of the stories. Not just the block, but actually the story itself. So for 3 generic, 1 red and 1 white, legendary creature, 33 flying, first strike. Whenever our equipment is put into the graveyard that you control from the battlefield, you may return that card to your own hand, to the owner's hand, at the beginning of the next step. So really decent card for draft. And then we have Night and Day with target creature gets -1/+1 at the end of the turn, or creature you control, target player controls +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Really good. There you go. Now that's a mythic. Test of Endurance. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 50 or more life, you win the game. Easy peasy, especially on draft to achieve. Anyway. It's a second mythic. I was hoping for a bit better, but it's okay. Dragon Whelp. All bordered. Oh, that's nice. Flametongue Cavu. All bordered. Foil. There you go. Sorry, not all bordered. Alternate art. Foil. That's beautiful. Beautiful card. And then you have the Plains. And then you have the Goblin. That's so nice to get. We will be opening a collector's booster box as well. So hopefully we'll get quite a few of these alternate art ones because they're really, really nice. Anyways, Werebear, Aven Fisher, Lightning Reflexes, Pacifism, Street Wraith. Now this is the alternate art, and oh my god, is it creepy. Holy moly. Swamp Walk, Cycling, Pay 2 life, and wow, this is so weird. It's a cool card. I love the alternate art. Icatian Javeliners, this is good for the Blink decks. Subterranean Scout, Break Asunder, Counterspell, classic. Cackling Fiend yet again. Battle Screech from Judgment. Yep, 2 generic and 2 whites. Create 2 1/1 white bird creature tokens with flying and flashback. You tap 3 untap white creatures you control. So fairly decent in a flashback deck. This is stand and deliver. Prevent the next 2 damage that will be dealt to target creature this turn, or return target permanent to its owner's hand. Not bad. Urza's Blueprints. Oh, that's nice. This is the Weatherlight, if I'm not mistaken. For 6 generic, it's an artifact with Echo 6. You draw a card by tapping it. At the beginning of your next upkeep, for Echo, if this came under your control since the beginning of your last upkeep, sacrifice it unless you pay its Echo cost. So you have to pay the cost twice, basically. This is the new frame, not bad. Oh, Mishra's Factory, old frame. Let me check a second. I think it's the same illustration though, right? Yeah, same illustration. Just the old frame kind of changes things quite a bit for users. But yeah, it's really, really cool. It makes it darker, right? So the illustration looks much darker. And then Forest and the Cat. Very nice. Okay, what's next? Fadia Seer, yes. Phyrexian Raider, yes. Horseshoe Crab, of course. Keldon Gargoyle, Sunclasp, Undying Rage, Wild Dogs, Snappy Snap, Street Wraith. Oh, Chainer's Edict from Torment. For 1 generic, 1 black. It's a sorcery. Attacker player sacrifices this creature and you can flashback it for 7. Really decent card. So is the Plowshares. Much more decent than that one. Oh, Turnabout. Or was this block? I don't remember if it was Saga. Turnabout, 2 generic and 2 blue. Choose artifact, creature, or land. Tap all untap permanents of the chosen type target player controls, or untap all target
permanents of that type of that player controls. So it's a lot of words to say. Choose a type and a player, and that player and taps or taps that type. It's not bad actually if you can get it off. Ooh, Birds of Paradise. Oh, this is the old bordered. Oh, this is beautiful. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually worth something. What is it? Holy moly, it's almost 40 pounds. Holy moly. This is going into a little sleeve. Giant spider and our foil, and then you have a swamp and ooh, sapperling. Look at that cuteness. It reminds me of Alien. Look at these teeth. It's smiley. Okay, we're back. So I just leave the Birds of Paradise. Good thing I remembered that it was worth something. I mean, I would have checked afterwards, but still, it's really nice because it's the old illustration from ABU. It's quite beautiful. Like if you see the illustration is quite nice. It's a classic. It's really, really beautiful. So it makes sense that it's worth something because of the illustration, the old border. It's like basically 30th anniversary edition reprint, but without the crappy backs and all the shenanigans. Anyway, Phyrexian Debaser, Deep Analysis, Giggity, Evil Eye of Ormsbore, yep, Phantom Flock, Orem's Thunder, again, Spark Spray, yes. Seton's Desire, Obsessive Surge, Urborg Siphon Mage. First uncommon is Val, the Keeper of the Flame. Dedapult, this is a nice sage. Rare, that got bumped down into uncommon. For 2 generic and 1 red, it's an enchantment that you tap 1, sacrifice a zombie to deal 2 damage to any target. Not bad if you build around zombies. Recoil, good control card. And then, oh, finally, Hinterland Harbor. Now, I have a full playset of all these checklands. What is it? I don't remember with the type of lands type that this is supposed to be, but I'm looking forward to getting them into the retro theme because, yeah, they're really cool. But, yeah, this is a decent enough card. Oh, old bordered Mindstone. Very nice. And Island and Kitty Cat. Okie dokie. Let's go to open something. Cole Stoker. Oh, nope. That's the wrong one. Iker Slick. Nomad Decoy. Acathian Javeliners. Maysville Hystrodon. Calvary Primarch. Oven Eyes. Fan favorite. Duress. Classic. Sun Alliance, yet another classic. Oh, I didn't see this one. Spite and Malice. Counters target non-creature spell or destroy target non-black creature. Cannot be regenerated. Which was quite a... Oh, we got one after the other. It was quite a surprise for me to find out that regenerate is not a thing anymore in Magic the Gathering. But yeah. All lands you can... Life and Death. All lands you control become 1/1 creatures until the end of the turn. They're all still lands. And return target creature from graveyard onto the battlefield. We lose value, life equal to its mana value. This is a fairly decent one for the deck itself. The archetype, so if you get this, it's really nice. Oh my god, yes, the Elvish Spirit Guide. Another beautiful one. I think it's from Alliances. I'm not sure. I think it is. Yeah, give me a sec. So yeah, this is from Alliances. It's a classic. You exile it from your hand, and it adds green mana. It allows you to boost up like the what was it, the Gorilla Shaman or whatever it was called. Yeah, I know it's a staple in Modern. I don't play Modern, and I haven't seen that card in forever. But yeah, this is a really good card. I like it. It's a good reprint. Ooh! Holy moly, Gauntlet of Power. This is a very interesting one. This is a mythic, and it's the extended art. So Gauntlet of Power, for 5 generic, it's an artifact, and as it enters the battlefield, you choose a color. Creatures of the chosen color get +1/+1, and whenever a basic land is tapped for the chosen color, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of that color. Very good.
Very, very beautiful card. Very good card. Ooh, and a Mystic Enforcer, all bordered. Really good one. Protection from black for 2, and a green and a white, and it has threshold. It's a 3/3, and if it's a threshold, it gets 3/3/3, and flying. So very, very good card. Wow, this was a decent pack. That was a decent pack. I'll try and put the value of it up. I won't go and search it, but yeah, that's really nice. Okay. Urberg Uprising. Sorry, I was scratching my arm. Renewed Faith. Lightning Reflexes. Avarex. Lull. Glint Invoker. Hyalopter's Lemur. Sunclasp. Goblin Medics. Ooh, that's nice. Tatiova Benthic Druid. Now, this is a very decent card for ramp deck and overall in general for draft. So for 3 generic, 1 green, 1 blue, it has landfall, and whenever a land enters the battlefield under control, you get 1 life, and you also draw a card, and it's a 3/3. Very, very good card. If they don't deal with this early on, you can really go ham with it. Circular Logic. We haven't seen this one yet. It's 2 generic, 1 blue. Kind of target spell unless it's controlled phase. 1 generic for each card in your graveyard, and it has madness as well. Wow, wow. Ooh, Dampening Sphere. Now this is a classic. Everybody plays it, especially modern, but it is in its sideboard. And it's a 2 generic, an artifact. If a land is tapped for 2 or more mana, it produces 1 generic instead, or any type or amount. Each player each spell that a player casts costs 1 more to cast for each other spell that player casts this turn. So this is quite good. You could get this in Legacy Weapon. Holy moly. Old border foil. No foil, I wish. Old bordered mythic. So this is where all the mythics were at. They were stuck in the middle. Legacy Weapon for 7 generic. It's a legendary artifact with Wooburg. You exile target permanent, and if Legacy Weapon would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal Legacy Weapon and shuffle it onto its owner's library instead. Not a bad card. Not amazing, but not a bad card. Spinal Embrace. Again, we've seen this. This is our foil, the box foil, rare. Not bad. I guess we'll put it in the foil. Not bad. Forest and Insect. That's not bad, but you know, nothing fancy schmancy, as they say. All right, starting to rack up quite a bit of boosters. Okay, Mindstone for the Asir, Mugwort Marshal, Ornithopter, Wild Growth, Bell Serpent, Wretched Anarid, Momentary Blink, Skirp Prospector. Lightning Rift is our first uncommon. Now this is really good for the cycle index because whenever you cycle a card, you pay 1, and if you do, you deal 2 damage to any target. Good enchantment. Definitely build around it if you get it in draft. Ooh, this is another decent one. Fire and Ice. You either deal 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets, and target permanent is tapped, and you draw a card. Really decent. Oh wow, this this was a really good. It was a same ink. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Blue red pack with the Quicksilver Dagger. This is the other enchantment that if you tap, it deals 1 damage, and actually it draws a card. So creature enchantment. Ooh, oh my God, that's amazing. Oh yes. Mystical Tutor, extended art or alternate art. Yes, this is a beautiful, beautiful card. Brings back memories. Mystical Tutor. It's a 1 blue instant. You search your library for an instant sorcery card, and reveal it, and then shuffle and put that card on top. Wonder how much this is worth. Actually, I'm going to check real quick. Yep, it's about, what, 12 pounds? It's not bad. It's not, I was expecting it to be more. I mean, I know it's not mythic, but still, it's not a bad card. Really nice card. Okay, White Mane Lion is our old bordered. And then island and insect. Sorry about that. Okay, we're on to the third, yeah. The last part of our box, the last third of our box. Now, Goblin Matron, Coruscant Restorer, Juggernaut, Polluted Mire, Giant Spider, Impulse, Festering Goblin, Radiance Judgment, Sukkata Lancer. Okay, our first uncommon is a Thieving Magpie. 2 generic and 2 blue, flying. Whenever it deals damage to an opponent, you draw a card. Very decent for a draft. Another layer, Jorma's Cavern. Storm Entity, for 1 generic and 1 red, haste, and enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter for each other spell cast this turn, as the name it tells. Oh, Zira Aryan is the new bordered version of this, flying. For 1 black, 1 green, and 1 red, so a giant, target player draws a card. Not bad, but not something that I would play in draft, that's for sure. Wild Dogs, all bordered again. And then Island and the token, Saproling. Rapapam. Solar Blast, Slippery Cursed. Remote Idol, Break Asunder, Counter Spell, Nightscape Familiar, Remedy, Subterranean Scout, Sunstorm, Mystic Enforcer, once more, Phyrexian Scuda, Spectral Lynx, oh, Forgotten Ancient, old bordered, not bad at all. Mountain and Bird. As you can see, we're now speeding up because we've seen most of the commons and uncommons in the set. So, Chain Lightning, Primal Boost, Urberk Uprising, Frantic Search, Phyrexian Ghoul, Spirit Link, Rearstop Raptor, Elvish Arboration, Griffin Guide. This is a decent enchantment that gives +2/+2 and flying to the creature that it enchants, and should the creature die, you can create a 2/2 white griffin with flying. So that's really good. Invigorating Bloom, that's Saproling. So I don't know, what is it, Fallen players or Homelands? Invigorating Boon, it's 1 generic and 1 green. Whenever a player cycles a card, it's an enchantment. You may put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Not bad actually for a cycling deck. Trevor's Ruins and Pyre Zombie is our rare, with 1 generic, 1 black, 1 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Pyre Zombie is in your graveyard, you may pay 1 generic and 2 black. If you do, return it to your hand, and then with 1 generic and 2 red, sacrifice it to deal 2 damage to any target. It's a bit expensive, but maybe okay for a draft. Valduk, and now we got every single version of this guy. Keeper of the Frame. Invigoration Boon is our foil, and then Island and an Elephant. All right, Dragon Engine, Terror, Terminal Moraine, Phyrexian Rager. Moraine always reminds me of the Wheel of Time, the books. Leaden Fists, Goblin Turncoat, Wymane Lion, Ember Beast, Emerald Shard, Terravore. This is another one that got bumped down. It used to be rare. So Terravore is 1 generic and 2 green. Has trample. The power and toughness of Terravore are equal to the number of land cards in the graveyard. Oh, that's another one. Assault and Battery. Assault deals 2 damage to any target, and then create a 3/3 or create a 3/3 green elephant creature token. Not a bad card at all. Squirrel Nest. Craziness. Oh, Dark Deaths. Now this is a beautiful Dark Deaths. It's a classic. It's a land. I think it was, what was it? The second part of the Ice Age block? Cold Snap, I think. Yeah. Not sure. Anyway, Dark Deaths enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters from it, and you remove an ice counter by tapping 3 generic. And when it has no more ice counter, you sacrifice it and you basically spawn Marilage, which is a 2020 a black avatar creature, token fly with flying and indestructible. Because why the hell not? And Duress is our all boarded, and then Forest and Squirrel. Nice card, the Dark Depths. Very nice card, that's for sure. Okay, we have the Battlefield Scrounger. Ichor Slick, sorry. Drifting Meadow, Aquamita, Twisted Experiment, Auramancer, Grape Shot, Stonewood Invoker, Factor Fiction, back again. Thornmail's Crypt, that's a classic. Costs 0, and you tap sacrifice to exile target player's graveyard. Quite decent in draft if you want to sideboard it for certain kinds of decks for graveyard hate. Target spell permanent becomes a color of your choice until the end of turn. Destroy target artifact. This is illusion or reality. Okay, and our rare is Vexing Sphinx. Sorry, 1 generic 2 blue. Creature with flying, cumulative upkeep. Discard a card, and whenever it dies, draw a card for each H counter on it. So, I mean, they added the H counter now to explain cumulative upkeep a bit better. But basically, each upkeep you have to pay the discard card for however many turns upkeeps this card has been in play. So they explained it with H counters now. Basically, you add up upkeep an H counter and then discard a card or do whatever the upkeep cost is for as many times that there are counters on it. So that's I mean, it was very confusing when it was first released, cumulative upkeep. A lot of people didn't read the cards or the rules for it. So yeah. A lot of people didn't play it right. Okay, so we have a Spirit Link Old Border, Battlefield Scrounger foil, and then a Mountain and a Birdie Bird. Okay, we're getting almost there, almost halfway through to the last part. Okay, the Wormfam Drake, Smoldering Crater, Peregrine Drake, Werebear, Cloud of Fairies, that's nice. I think now I have a full playset with the ones that I've opened in draft. Cackling Fiend, nice. Cleric of Forward Order, Jalum Tomb, Skirt Prospector, Kavu Primarch, yes. Sawtooth Loon, yet again. Dragon Whelp, yes. Zombie Infestation, oh, there you go. Sulphur Falls, all bordered. Oh, this is good. I think this is one of the ones to look at. For, you know, blue and red, it's really a decent one to get all boarded. And I'm gonna check. I'm gonna put the price of these cards up and see. Okay, next up, that's very nice. At least I got one of each, so we can call it a thing. All right, we have the Mana War in the next pack and the Nomad Decoy, sorry. Deep Analysis, Giggity, for X in the Beezer, Impulse, Howl from Beyond, that's when I stub my toe at night, and Furniture, Momentary Blink, yes, Goblin Medics, The Lull, Flame Tongue Cabo, yay, which, you know, we have the new alternate art version just there, 2 of them actually. Very decent card. Deadwood Treefolk, Wall of Junk. This is what I have at the moment on my side with all the boosters open. Oh, Maze of Ith. Oh yeah, forgot this was in there. Untap target attacking creature, tap it to do this. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to and dealt by this creature this turn. This is a classic. I love this one. I mean, yeah, the original one. I still prefer the original illustration. I think from the Dark, the Maze of Ith was, but yeah, it's really nice. And I'm sure I'll keep it as a rare. Mugwort Marshal again. This is like the 4th one that we've gotten. Mounted, and then Squirrel. Okie dokie. Down to our last 5. This is the 5th. Okay. Even Fisher, Evil Eye, Phantom Flock, Horseshoe Crab, yes, Aquamoeba, Festering Goblin, One Main Lion, Empty the Warrens, Citon's Desire, first uncommon, Nature's Lure, Sarah Angel, yay! So we got one of the classics. Maybe we'll get the Shivan Dragon. Again, this was rare, got bumped down. Dark Withering, Surfer Falls, yay! Just to follow up the friend that it has, the old border. Again, like it seems like the old border kind of darker overall, not just the border, because the illustration as well seems a bit darker. And Renewed Faith, old border, then Plains and a Goblin. Yeah. All right, let's see, what do we get here? Pacifism, Polluted Mire, Mystic Zealot, Frantic Search, Urberg, Orm's Thunder, the Grape Shot, the Giant Spider, Veiled Serpent, Aven Fate Shaper is the first uncommon, Wax and Wane, which we've seen before, Nantuko Monastery, which we've seen before, and Body Snatcher. This is our third Body Snatcher. What the hell? Randomized better, Watsy. What the frick? Oh, well. Goblin Matron is our old border. This is something that you'll notice with any booster products, like boxes that you open, is that the randomization is very garbage. Especially for, you know, the junk cards. You tend to get a lot of them. Cold Stoker is our first common. Kildon Gargoyle, Ornithopter, Magwar Maelstrom, Wretched Anray, Radiant's Judgment, Undying Rage, Emerald Charm, Leaden Fist. Oh yes, another Spearmonger. I love it. Thran Golem, yes. Croesus Catacombs, another layer. Oh, nice! Arborea extended. Well, alternate art. I keep thinking it's a standard. It's an alternate. Wardland Enchantment for 2 colorless and 2 green. Creatures can't attack a player unless that player has cast a spell or put a non-token permanent onto the battlefield during the last turn. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. Momentary Blink with the old border. And an island and an elephant. That's really nice. Okie. Let's see. We're down to the last 2. This is the second to last, and then we have the last one. Let's see if we get anything spicy in the last 2. One. Battlefield Scrounger. Goblin Matron. Fadia Seer. Oh! Chainer's Edict. Okay, so this is the alternate art of Chainer's Edict. Not bad. Looks nice. Street Wraith. Armancer, Sequata's Lancer, Stonewood Invoker, God of Fears, full playset then. Helopter's Lemur, Fire Blast is our first uncommon. Crop Rotation, second uncommon. Oh, Opposition, all bordered. Wait, oh yeah, because you get less because there was an uncommon here. All right, fair enough. This is Destiny. Legacy? I don't remember, but anyways, this is yours as a block. 2 generic and 2 blue enchantment. Tap and tap creature you control to tap target artifact, creature, or land. Decent. Really nice. And the old bird. Oh, that's cool. That's this Chainer Edict. That's nice. That's a foil. All bordered. And this is the alternate art. That's really nice. God, I miss the old foiling so much. It's just around the border. You didn't get the foiling on the picture itself, but it's so beautiful. And then you get Swamp and Goblin. All right, this is the last booster pack. Let's see, something spicy to end it with. Either way, I've enjoyed opening these cards. And as we said, please tune in to check our boosters, our collector booster box opening as well. Now, Mindstone, yes. A Renewed Faith, yes. Solar Blast, Vigilant Sentry, Spark Spray, Wild Growth, Snap, Goblin Turncoat, Call of the Herd, uncommon, High Tide, uncommon, Necro Savant, and for our last rare, we have, boom, Hunting Grounds. Oh, wow, that's actually really good. That's really good. So it's an enchantment with 1 green, 1 white. As long as 7 more cards are in your graveyard, Hunting Grounds has, whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Definitely a very, very good card, especially in the current set. And this is the extended art. And then you get the old border Empty the Warrens and, a foil, Festering Goblin. And that's it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so for us, it was a really, really pleasurable experience. It was a very nice walk down memory lane for myself and Scotty. I really enjoyed opening these cards, and as usual, I really love the alternate arts for all the mythics and the rares. I think they're very beautiful. I know they're capitalizing for collectors to try and get all of them, but really, it's a beautiful, beautiful concept for me. Yeah, we didn't get a huge amount of the heavy hitting ones. We didn't get the Vampiric Tutor, we didn't get Exploration, we didn't get Force of Will, we didn't get Urza or Yamot and all of that, but we still managed to get some pretty decent cards, and I'm very happy with what we did get. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this opening. Please like and subscribe if you liked our content and you want to see more, or a thumbs down if you don't like it. And we hope to see you in the next one. And also stay tuned for the upcoming Firaxis LBB one. Anyway, from Scotty and I, we thank you very much. We wish you a lovely day, a blessed day. Be good, be kind, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!